Hello, hello, hello. I am Keishan, your human resource. I help people see the possibilities in what they think is impossible. I am disrupting HR, disrupting leadership, and disrupting you. And I am live again today. I am coming live again because I quit my job. Why? Because I wanted to live, literally. And people may know what that looks like and not move accordingly. So I just wanted to come and share some examples and reasons why it hit home for me. Um, I've shared before that I was averaging going to the emergency room at least twice a year because of what I later found out was stress. My blood pressure was easily over 200 and or close to 200, over 200 for the top number, and the bottom number, I don't know if that's which it's called systolic or whatever the other one is. But anyways, so 212 or 1/184 is unacceptable for a blood pressure reading. And when my doctor told me, Keishan, if you do not eliminate the stress in your life, reduce it, learn how to manage it, you're going to have a stroke. And so when I finally took note of that, was earlier this year. It was in the spring, and I remember sitting in my bed. It was about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. My head was throbbing. I felt like I was going to pass out. And if I did, I was not sure that I would wake up. I was that concerned. Nobody was home. It was just me. And for me to wonder if anyone would come home in time enough to find me passed out, I had to take action. And many people don't take action. They will continue stressed out. They will continue having health issues. And one of the things that I did, I wanted to do some research, is that I found in 2023 that 70% of Gen Z or millennials were planning to leave their jobs. In addition to that, there are common reasons, according to an article on LinkedIn, why people leave their jobs. One of the reasons is lack of opportunity, so they stay there. They work in jobs that they absolutely hate or causes them stress. They don't see the opportunities that are available to them, whether it's within the organization or outside of the organization. In addition to that, they're resistant to change. They don't want to change. They like being comfortable, but they go to work every day hating their jobs, or they've been there for so long that they have the seniority complex and think, I've been here the longest, so I can do some things the way that I want to do them. Or they're underskilled. They don't have the skills necessary to move into another organization or another position, or fear. Now, in addition to that, I personally, I don't know that I had any of those, but what I will say is I had the utopia complex. And that's thinking things are going to get better, things are going to change. I also felt fearful of the unknown. Okay, what if I try something and it doesn't work? And those are real. Those are real. So there were some insecurities there. But two examples that I'm going to give you as to why it's important. And it's really sad to think about it, but the situations happened. And I shared before, the organization, I worked at an organization for, about a couple years, and I just noticed that people were dying at this organization. One person, one person actually was in the middle of a virtual interview. And in this virtual interview, the HR department interviewing, or the interviewing committee, noticed that they posed a question and the person on the other side, she slumped over. and she was non-responsive. They were calling her and calling her. And of course, if you're virtual, you can't go in and, wake the person up. So they had to figure out, I mean, this all happened so quickly, but by the time it was all said and done, they finally reached somebody who was able to get to her. They called 911, and by the time they got there and she made it to the hospital, she passed away. Another lady was leaving her office, or leaving the building where she worked. She made it to her car and was in the car. Someone out or walking through the parking lot noticed her in there, and she was non-responsive. They called 911, and shortly thereafter, she was taken to the hospital where she passed away. Think of this. The lady who was in the car when they found her, within a couple of days, her position was reposted. So I just want to keep it real with you that self-care is a real thing. And I'm not saying don't work hard for the organization that you're employed through. What I am suggesting is that work hard, but work hard on yourself as well. Work hard on making sure that you are well, physically well, mentally well, emotionally well, and of course, spiritually well. Because if you are well in those areas, that helps offset um, areas where you may not be so well. So, one of the things, or what I did when I found that I was stressed, there's no such thing as work life balance, because you are at work during your waking hours, probably more than you are at home during your waking hours. And I just call it work life integration, where you have to have that balance. I can advise, coach, give direction to guide people all day long, but applying it to myself, that was a bit more of a challenge. So I got an executive coach in Mr. Sean Rais, and listen to his guidance, listen to his direction. And in doing that, I was able to put some things in perspective. Because if I'm not here for my granddaughter or my children or my other family members, what good is it going to do? So you have to have that work-life integration. But what I learned and that I applied to myself are a couple of things. So I mentioned getting a coach. That's first and foremost. That's what I do. I can coach other people, but you can't really coach yourself. So getting a coach. In addition to that, seeking professional medical attention, whether it's physical or through some type of counseling or therapeutic intervention. And one of the therapeutic interventions that I use, in addition to those others, is I also journal and been doing a lot of praying. So that's what I want. That's the advice that I want to give you of what I do, because it has worked for me. And I guess the fourth one is I had to leave that organization. I'd rather be here for my family than be dead and gone, because I didn't take care of myself. So I encourage you to do that. Figure out what your purpose is. And if you don't know how, I would love to be able to point you in the right direction, because that's what I do. That's my gift. So that is all that I have to share with you. Thank you so much for listening. I pray that this blessed you. Share this with somebody. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button so that you are notified of other lives and other videos, new and upcoming content, so that you are in the know. Again, my name is Keishan. I am your human resource. I help people see the possibilities in what they think is impossible. I am disrupting HR. I am disrupting leadership, and I am disrupting you. Take care. God bless.